Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, blessings, and mercy of Allah the Almighty be on all of you. Afghanistan registered once again another thumping victory. Afghanistan beat the former champions, the champions of the 1996 One-Day International World Cup, Sri Lanka. Absolutely. The streak was 2-0 before that, but now the equation is 2-1. At the same time, Afghanistan have got a streak of 3 back-to-back wins in the Cricket World Cup. That is huge. That is big for Afghanistan. Now, what happened today? Let's walk you through, but at the same time, not forget, Afghanistan beat England. After that, Afghanistan beat Pakistan. Now, Afghanistan beat Sri Lanka. That means Afghanistan have beaten 3 former champions. England were the champions of the year 2019. They were the defending champions coming into this Cricket World Cup 2023. Pakistan were the champions of the year 1992. And after that, in the next World Cup 1996, it was Sri Lanka that became the champions. Let me put through the Cricket Info page and show you some stats and let's walk through that. So if you'll give me a second, I will share the screen and let's take it from there. So I'm going to my phone and I'm sharing the screen and I think I am on. All right, so let's go to the Cricket Info page. Here we go. So the big news is Afghanistan won by 7 wickets with 28 balls remaining. Absolutely, what a win that was. What happened today? Today, Hashmatullah Shahidi won the toss and decided to bowl first. Now, a lot of people question this decision, saying that Afghanistan is good at setting the totals compared to chasing the totals. But hey, Afghanistan have been proving everyone wrong in the last 2 matches. How clinically we chased the total against Pakistan, and then how beautifully we chased this total today. Look at the equation. Afghanistan winning it by 7 wickets and with 28 balls yet remaining. That tells you a lot about the character that the Afghanistan batters have shown. So Hashmatullah Shahidi deciding to bowl first was an absolute right decision. Now, when you come to the results and see it, but then you also look at the conditions and see, okay, why did Hashmatullah Shahidi decide to bowl first? See, this was played in Pune. Before that, there was another match played in Pune between India and Bangladesh. When Bangladesh captain Shakib Al Hasan won the toss, he straight away decided to bat first. But when Rohit Sharma, the Indian skipper, was asked what he will have wanted to do, he said he wanted to bowl first. So Bangladesh deciding to bat first was a decision that Rohit Sharma will have anyways fancied, which happened, and then the result we know in that match. And if I walk you through, we go to the Cricket World Cup matches and then we look at the fixtures and we see the match that was played between India and Bangladesh. And we're not talking about India and Bangladesh match today, but it's just that we want to bring you the facts. So it was 256 that Bangladesh were able to score in their allotted 50 overs. And in return, India came and chased that total down in only 42nd over with Rohit Sharma putting 48 once again. But it was Virat Kohli. Man, what a player that is. So exactly the same thing happened today. Now, today what happened was Afghanistan and Sri Lanka playing today. The Afghanistan skipper rightly deciding to bowl first because it is a Pune track. There's not a lot of turn and there's not a lot of help for the spinners. It's going to be very much batting friendly. So when you have a track which is batting friendly, now you need to look at what are the extra leverages and the edges that you can get for yourself. One of those leverages are the dew factor. Unfortunately, there's still dew factor that comes into play. What is the thing with dew? The dew is that usually towards the night, the grass gets wet, and when the ball goes rolling over the grass, every time you as a bowler take it, it's wet. So you have to start using the towels. Once you see the players starting using the towels, you need to know that the dews come into play. And then what the players try to do is to try and dry the ball as much as they can. But then it's not going to be always helpful. And problem is that when you as a bowler want to grip that, because you need to have a proper grip over the ball so that you can bowl it into the areas that you want. If you're a spinner, you want to drift it and you want turn out of it. And if you are a fast bowler, you want the proper execution of the yorkers. You do not want for the ball to slip off your hand and the yorker that you're planning to bowl will turn into a juicy full toss, or sometimes you might just even end up bowling no balls and completely erring your line. Now that is not that it's so huge, the fact that all of a sudden the entire complexion of the matches can change, but it is one factor, and good teams take that into consideration. Afghanistan proved to be a better side today and took that into consideration, took the brave decision of putting Sri Lankans to bat first, and were sure that they'll be able to chase it down, and that's exactly what they did. Now that point being raised, let's walk you through how Afghanistan actually bowled today. So it was Sri Lanka who came into bat. Now, there was another decision that Afghanistan took today. AzmatUllah Omarzai, who was the superstar from the previous match against Pakistan, and who took 3 crucial wickets of Pakistan, including the one of Abdullah Shafiq and of Babar Azam, and particularly of Babar Azam, because at the stage of the game where Pakistan was, and the way you would think that Babar Azam at that time wanted to cut loose and start hitting big shots and make big runs. It was RahmanUllah Gurbaz who put Pakistan on the back foot, and they were not able to capitalize on that. But today, it was a tough decision that the skipper had to have taken, and he did take, and he benched RahmanUllah Gurbaz because he knew that the pitch didn't have much for the spinners. On the contrary, there was some for the seamers, and we saw that in the game today. So Fazal Haq Farooqi coming in for RahmanUllah Gurbaz proved it, that yes, he is back with a bang. He took 4 wickets. I was thinking for some time that maybe for the first time, Fazal Haq Farooqi will take the fifer, the maiden fifer. But maybe that is for some other days, and hopefully during this Cricket World Cup tournament. But today he got his best figure, like his personal best, 4 for 34. So Fazal Haq Farooqi is known for providing Afghanistan with yearly breakthrough. And how does he do it? He actually got good swing and seam in the early overs. And we've talked about it, the fact that it was not only the early overs that Fazal Haq Farooqi bowled so well in, but he also came in for the second and for the last spell. And in every spell he came, he took 1 wicket. So the very first batsman to fall was Dimut Karunathne. Dimut was brought in place of Kosal Pereira, who unfortunately couldn't click form for Sri Lanka, and they decided to bench him and bring Dimut in his place. I like Dimut. He's a solid batsman. He's a very good batsman, but today it wasn't to be. Fazal Haq Farooqi got him leg before. The umpire thought that it was not hitting the leg stump, thought that with the angle, maybe it was going down the leg side and missing the leg stump, but that was not to be. It was a very good review. You have to appreciate the captain in this. Hashmatullah Shahidi took a very good review. And with that review, we were able to have the first wicket down for Sri Lanka. After that, Nisanga, who's been in beautiful touch throughout this Cricket World Cup tournament, along with the captain, Kosal Mendes, stood together. So they were building some partnership until AzmatUllah Omarzai came, and AzmatUllah Omarzai took this very precious wicket of Pathum Nisanga. I mean, you can see that this was a big wicket for Sri Lanka. They were building some partnership. And we'll come to this, that Sri Lanka have not been able to convert their innings into bigger ones. They were able to put together these smaller totals, but then they were not able to convert them into a big match-winning performances. The best among them, I think, was Pathum Nisanga, who got 46 of 60 deliveries. He hit 5 fours, and all of them were some really, really delightful shots. But in the 19th over, when AzmatUllah Omarzai was brought, he got Afghanistan the breakthrough. And after that, it was constant breakthroughs. Kosal Mendes, who was looking so good because he stood in the middle and he had not given away his wicket. Yes, he took a lot of deliveries, like he wanted to stay there for a longer period of time, and you would think, but then what a beautiful decision made by the captain Hashmatullah Shahidi for reintroducing Mujib Zadran. And we know that there was not much on this track for the spinners, and we saw that Sri Lankan frontline spinner Tikshana went wicketless, but it was Mujib Zadran's day as well. So that breakthrough was really vital. And for the Sri Lankans, the falling of the third wicket, Kusal Mendes losing his wicket for only 39 runs, having hit only 3 fours, and he was getting into the mood to start hitting big. He tried to heave one toward the leg side, and it was straight into the hands of Najibullah Zadran, who was a substitute fielder. And we know why substitute fielder, because Ikram Ali Khail, who was keeping today, got injured. So a dislocation in his finger was the reason why he was sent out, and RahmanUllah Gurbaz in his place had to come into the keeping. And at this point, may I say, what a luxury it is for a team to have 2 wicket keepers. Like, you are not bringing in a part-time wicket keeper, you're bringing in a specialist wicket keeper in place of another specialist wicket keeper. You have to give credit to Afghanistan for this, having 2 specialist wicket keepers in the side. So when Ikram Ali Khail got hurt, he had to go and sit there, and RahmanUllah Gurbaz had to put on the gloves and pads and start doing the wicket keeping. So Najibullah Zadran, the substitute fielder, who's always been one of the go-to fielders for Afghanistan. His jersey number is number 1, and he is our number 1 fielder in the side. So he took the catch, and after that, it was just going downfall for Sri Lanka. Then Mujib Zadran took another very crucial wicket, and that too of Sadira Samara Wikrama. What a tournament he's been having. He's been converting his 50s into bigger totals. He's been getting 90, more than 50, and he's been building innings. We saw that he hit 100 against Pakistan. So he's a wonderful player to watch, and one of his cover drives was like amazing. Like, that was shot of the day for me, honestly. That was really good. So at this stage, when Sri Lanka lost their third wicket for 134 and their 4th wicket for 139, that was when Sri Lanka really started getting into trouble. But then again, Charit Asalanka, who's been the savior for the Sri Lankan side for so many occasions, he's done it. He came out, and together with Dhananjaya De Silva, they started building some partnership, but then it was not long before Rashid Khan foxed Dhananjaya De Silva. I mean, that was awesome. So he varied his pace, and then he put a wrong one for Dhananjaya De Silva to get him bowled out. And at that stage, it was only 165 for 5 for Sri Lanka. Charita Salanka, Fazal Haq Farooqi came back, his second spell. And I'm telling you, Fazal Haq Farooqi has been in a beautiful form today. And he got Charit Asalanka hole out to the safe hands of Rashid Khan, who was standing, I think, in the mid-off. So it was an easy catch. And after that, Angela Matthews and Mahesh Tikshana put some partnership together before Dushmanta Chamira was run out with a beautiful direct hit by Ibrahim Zadran. Angela Matthews wanted to stay out in the middle because he comes with a lot of experience for sure. He's played a lot of cricket for Sri Lanka, and he did perform well in the previous outing, but this time around he could only score 23. He did hit one maximum and hit only 1-4, but Mahesh Tikshana, God, he was good. He's always good against Afghanistan. He's previously put together a good partnership with Wilalage, but this time it was Fazal Haq Farooqi who came back in his third spell, and with a wonderful Yorker, he got Tikshana bowled in the 47th over. But by the 47th over that Tikshana got out, the Sri Lankan batters had already batted for around 7 overs and had started piling up some runs. So at one stage, when it looked like the 200 might be very difficult for Sri Lanka to score, they ended up scoring 241. The pick of the bowler was Fazal Haq Farooqi, who took 4 wickets, his personal best, 4 for 34. Mujib Zadran equally good. Mujib Zadran got 2 wickets for only conceding 38 runs. He was really good. He came back really strong from his previous performance, which wasn't as promising against Pakistan. Against Pakistan, he only bowled 8 overs and he conceded a lot of runs. So this time around, he bowled beautifully, proper line in length, didn't give away anything to the batters. If the batters had to have scored runs, had to have gone after him. And that's the thing. When you ask for the batters to come after you, it means that they have to take risk, and taking risk comes with the fact that you could lose your wicket. Naveen ul Haq, unfortunately, not among the wickets today, and he was a little expensive as well. If you see the economy of Naveenul Haq, it is about 7.5, which is not so very good for a bowler in the one-day formats. AzmatUllah Omarzai, the one who got a very, very important wicket of Patum Nisanka, got 1 wicket and gave away 37 runs. An economy of under 6. You will take it in the one-day formats, particularly on this pitch. Rashid Khan bowled with the economy of 5 and took that very important wicket of Dhananjaya De Silva, who also has a nick of scoring big runs against Afghanistan. Muhammad Nabi always is a miserly bowler. He doesn't give away a lot of runs. Today, because there was not much on the wicket for the spinners, conceded 33 runs off his 6 overs. Now, then started the chase for Afghanistan. So after Sri Lanka had batted their 49.3 overs, they were not able to complete their 50 overs, by the way. Three balls short, but at the end of the day, you will say you were not able to play all the 50 overs. Then came Afghanistan to bat. Now, about Afghanistan in the chase, it is said that RahmanUllah Gurbaz sets the tone. But today, unfortunately, and I was expecting this, man, Madhushanka is an amazing bowler. I'm always a big fan of the way he bowls, and he brings the ball back in, and the way he, pitches it short and asks questions from the batters. He was spot on. He came into bowl. He got RahmanUllah Gurbaz bowled out without troubling the scorers. There's where you see. So RahmanUllah Gurbaz in the 4th ball got an outstanding delivery from Madhushanka. It was an in-swinger that started on the middle and off, and just got him bowled out. The thing is, there's late swing when he bowls Madhushanka, and that's where you confuse as a batter. When there's a late swing, like Shaheen Shah Afridi, for instance, has a late swing, and a lot of other bowlers, like the bowlers that have late swing, kind of fox the batters, and more often than not, you lose your wicket. But then again, it was the reliable hands of Ibrahim Zadran and Rahmat Shah who held the innings together before once again Madhushanka came and got the breakthrough for Sri Lanka. At that stage, Afghanistan was 73 for 2. It could have tilted on any sides. You could think that how about a collapse at that stage, but the way Afghanistan have batted so clinically against Pakistan, you would tell that no, Afghanistan is not anymore that side that will collapse, hopefully. So what happened was then Rahmat Shah, together with the captain Hashmatullah Shahidi, once again captain playing the captain's knock and remaining not out, unbeaten till the end. So remember, Hashmatullah Shahidi is yet to be bowled out or gone out. Because against Pakistan, he remained unbeaten, and against Sri Lanka, he remained unbeaten. The improvement is that against Pakistan, he was not able to complete his 50 because we were able to chase it down. But against Sri Lanka, he completed his 50 and he remained unbeaten on 58 runs of 74. So the Rahmat Shah and Hashmatullah Shahidi came together, put a good partnership. Rahmat Shah was dropped by Sadira Samara Wikrama in the earlier delivery by Rajita, but right after that, the next delivery got Rahmat Shah out. It was a cross seamer. It was on the good link to the pads, and it just held up enough for Rahmat Shah to close the face a little early. Looking to work it on the onside, absolutely. So he wanted to hit it towards the onside. It just held itself, and it got straight into the safe hands of Karuna Ratne, and he was standing right at the mid-on and held on to that catch. Again, Sri Lanka thought that they maybe had an opening when Afghanistan were 131 for 3, but AzmatUllah Omarzai came and said, no way, there is no way we are going to give you another wicket. What a clinical performance by AzmatUllah Omarzai. The hook shot that he played is my favorite. He's played it once long time ago. I tweeted about it, but today it was amazing. And AzmatUllah Omarzai, I mean, how much you would like to talk about it. See, that man comes with power. He can hit big, and if you see, he's hit 3 6s and 6 4s. So that tells you of the power that he possesses, and that tells you that what an asset he is for Afghanistan, and what wonders he can do in the future for Afghanistan. The fact that Afghanistan have got AzmatUllah Omarzai slotted as number 5 and Ikram Ali Khair as number 6 and number 7 have been the find of this World Cup for me. What a wonderful combination for Afghanistan. It worked in the favor of Afghanistan, and what happened at the end of the day was that Afghanistan won this by 7 wickets. This is going to be huge, and this is certainly going to help Afghanistan feel good about themselves. If you see the point table, India are sitting on the top with the 12 points. South Africa right behind India with the 10 points. New Zealand are on the 8 points, and Australia on the 8 points. The point that I want to bring it to your notice for Afghanistan being 5th with the 6 points, 3 victories, back-to-back victories. The problem is their net run rate. Their net run rate is not as good. Pakistan have a better net run rate, and so does Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka and Pakistan have a better net run rate than Afghanistan. The reason why Afghanistan is ahead of him is because Afghanistan has an extra win. So there's thing that Afghanistan need to consider, how they might just want to look at improving their net run rate. But listen, if you win all the 3 matches, you might possibly well be in the semifinals. Our next matches, just to walk you through who we are playing against, we're playing against Netherlands in Lucknow. So our next match is going to be in Lucknow against Netherlands. It'll be on the 3rd of November. It'll be in Lucknow. There might be help for the spinners on that track. And after that, we will be coming to Wankhede on the 6th of November to play against the mighty Australians. And our last match of the group stages will be against South Africa on the 9th of November. These will be the 3 matches that Afghanistan will play. Let's look at Sri Lanka. What are the games that Sri Lanka has yet got to play? Sri Lanka's next match is going to be against the mighty Indians. So India will take on Sri Lanka on the 1st of November, and that'll be in Wankhede. Wankhede is going to be a batting paradise. It's going to be a big scoring match. And if Kusal Mendes is in good touch on that day, man, you will see a lot of entertainment. Sri Lanka's next match will be against Bangladesh. Bangladesh, unfortunately, have not found any momentum into this tournament after their first victory against Afghanistan. And since then, they have been losing matches back-to-back. Their next match, Bangladesh, is going to be against Pakistan tomorrow. Let's see what they do. And Sri Lanka will have their final match against New Zealand. So New Zealand, India, that's going to be huge, and Bangladesh. But listen, if we look at the table, there's another thing that I'd like to bring to your notice. The Champions Trophy in 2025, back in 2017, Pakistan won the Champions Trophy, and this time Pakistan is going to be hosting the Champions Trophy. Champions Trophy is played among 8 teams, and the top 7 from this table that we are looking at, because Pakistan is going to be host, so it will anyways play. So the other top 7 teams will be directly qualifying to the Champions Trophy. That means Afghanistan has a very good chance to qualify to the Champions Trophy and play this wonderful game of cricket. Wow. Congratulations again. Enjoy your rest of the day. Subscribe to my channel so I could continue to do more videos for you and continue to entertain you with the amazing games of cricket. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.